Hollywood is still reeling, from a clash that turned a routine late-night interview into a shocking spectacle, exposing the raw underbelly of talk show power plays. When Danny DeVito, the beloved everyman of film and television, stepped onto Jimmy Kimmel Live, no one expected a fiery confrontation that would see him forcibly escorted out, leaving Jimmy Kimmel's polished persona in tatters. What began as a promotional appearance for an Oscar-buzz indie film exploded into a masterclass in disrespect, with Kimmel pushing DeVito to the breaking point. This isn't just gossip, it's a raw glimpse into the dark side of late-night TV. Before we dive into this wild story, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below on the most shocking talk show meltdowns you've seen. The trouble, according to crew members, started long before Danny DeVito hit the stage. The veteran actor arrived at the studio in high spirits, cracking jokes with the crew, asking their names, sharing tales from his 5-decade career. Danny was a gem, a lighting tech recalled, thanking us, making everyone feel seen, a total pro. DeVito was there to promote a gritty indie film generating awards buzz, his passion for the project infectious. He chatted with stagehands about the young director's vision, his eyes lighting up, eager to share it with Kimmel's audience. But the vibe shifted when Jimmy Kimmel arrived, barely an hour before taping. Sources say Kimmel was in a foul mood, snapping at his team, dismissing DeVito in their pre-show meeting. Jimmy wouldn't even look at Danny, a production assistant revealed. He was griping about the segment order, muttering about another self-important actor. It was cold. This icy reception set the stage for a disaster that would unravel live on air. As the show began, the audience sensed something was off. Kimmel's introduction of DeVito was flat, devoid of the warmth he usually showered on A-listers. "Here's Danny DeVito," he said, his voice clipped, barely rising from his chair, offering a limp handshake that felt like a snub. DeVito, undeterred, bounded onto the stage, his infectious energy lighting up the room. He waved to the crowd, his trademark grin wide, but Kimmel's detachment was stark, a host itching for a fight against a guest radiating charm. The contrast was palpable, DeVito's gratitude clashing with Kimmel's simmering hostility. The interview started with standard questions about DeVito's film, but Kimmel's tone soured quickly. Instead of engaging with the project's depth, he veered into personal jabs. "You've been at this forever, Danny," Kimmel said, smirking. "Ever think of slowing down, letting the younger guys shine?" The audience chuckled nervously, but DeVito deflected with a laugh. "I'm just getting started, Jimmy. This business keeps you young, if you love it." Kimmel pressed, undeterred. "Sure, but let's be real, those early roles, weren't you playing a lot of weirdos, losers?" The jab landed hard, DeVito's smile flickering for a moment. "I played characters with heart," he replied, voice steady. "Every role's a story, king or cab driver." The crowd clapped, but Kimmel's eyes narrowed, annoyed that DeVito hadn't crumbled. "He gets like that," a stage manager later confided. "If a guest doesn't bite, Jimmy pokes harder to stay in control." Kimmel shifted gears, dredging up a decades-old rumor about DeVito's alleged set behavior. "So, Danny, there's this story. You used to throw tantrums when things didn't go your way. Care to clear that up?" The accusation was out of nowhere, the audience falling silent, sensing the shift from playful to vicious. DeVito leaned back, his grin replaced by calm defiance. "Jimmy, I've been in this game over 50 years, you hear nonsense stories. Anyone who's worked with me knows I show up, do the work, treat people right." His tone carried a warning, but Kimmel ignored it. "Come on, Danny, never lost it on set, not even once." Kimmel pressed, leaning forward. "I find that hard to believe." DeVito tilted his head, studying Kimmel like an opponent. "I don't waste energy on drama, Jimmy, I save it for the performance. Maybe you should try that." The audience erupted, cheering, but Kimmel's forced smile didn't reach his eyes. "Wow, tough guy," he said, sarcasm dripping. "Guess you're too perfect for the rest of us." The segment teetered on the edge of chaos, DeVito trying to pivot to his film, sharing a heartfelt story about the indie director's passion. Kimmel cut him off mid-sentence. Yeah, that's great, but let's get juicier. You and Rhea, together forever, What's the secret, or is it just for the cameras? The question oozed condescension, DeVito's jaw tightening. The audience shifted, uneasy, catching Kimmel's aggressive vibe. I'll tell you what, Jimmy, DeVito said, voice low, firm, Rhea and I built a life. Raised kids, made art. That's not a punchline, it's real. I'm here to talk work, not feed tabloid garbage. The rebuke was sharp, the crowd clapping louder, Kimmel's laugh hollow, as he tried to play it off. Relax, Danny, it's a joke, comedy show, you know, Kimmel said, but the room wasn't laughing. Offstage, the producer signaled frantically, to cut to commercial, the segment spiraling. During the break, the studio was a pressure cooker, DeVito sitting silently, eyes on the floor, his publicist whispering urgently. Kimmel huddled with his producer, gesturing wildly, face flushed, ignoring pleas, to dial it back. He's not running my show, Kimmel snapped, loud enough, for crew to hear, his defiance, setting the stage, for an even uglier clash. As cameras rolled again, Kimmel's brittle smile, barely masked his agitation, DeVito sitting upright, resolute, a man done being pushed. Kimmel tried a forced joke, about the weather, but the audience's response, was tepid, his pivot back to DeVito, killing any hope, of a reset. So, Danny, Kimmel said, mockery thick, big shot producer now, always sunny, all those projects, ever tire of playing boss, ordering everyone around. The jab painted DeVito, as a tyrant, DeVito unfazed. Producing's collaboration, Jimmy, he said evenly, bringing people together, for something great. I don't order anyone, I work with folks, who share the vision. Kimmel pressed, irritated, by DeVito's calm. Sure, but you've got a reputation, intense, don't take no for an answer, true. The audience tensed, hostility creeping back. DeVito's eyes narrowed, voice steady. I'm passionate, Jimmy, when you care, you fight for it, you'd know, if you risked anything original. The dig, at Kimmel's formulaic show, landed hard, the crowd gasping, cheering, Kimmel's smile vanishing. Oh, wow, he said, voice tight, so you're the artist, I'm a hack, that's rich, from a guy milking the same sitcom, for 20 years. The attack stung, DeVito's composure wavering. Always sunny. On, because people love it, he shot back, we take chances, tell bold stories, what's the last risk you took, Jimmy, besides bombing here? The room roared, some standing, Kimmel gripping his desk, face red, producer waving, to cut, but Kimmel barreled on. I don't need lectures, Danny, he snapped, I've run this show for years, dealt with egos bigger than yours, you think you're untouchable, a Hollywood legend. Legends fade. The venom stunned the audience, DeVito leaning forward, intensity radiating, despite his small frame. I don't think I'm untouchable, Jimmy, I think I deserve respect, like anyone here, you're acting, like you're above it all, Kimmel scoffed, rolling his eyes. Respect, try not sending demands, before you show up, don't ask this, don't mention that, what are you hiding, Danny? The low blow, implying DeVito was a diva, made DeVito's jaw clench. My team coordinates, for a good show, he said, that's how it works, if you've got issues, take it up with them, not me. I'm taking it up, right now, Kimmel retorted, voice rising, my stage, my rules, you don't waltz in, acting like you're doing me a favor. The audience was silent, discomfort thick, DeVito staring, unblinking. I came to talk, about a film I'm proud of, he said, voice cutting, if you're not interested, I'll find a host who is. The threat lingered, the producer sprinting, to signal another commercial, cameras cutting, as Kimmel opened his mouth, to fire back. The break did nothing, to cool the fire, DeVito's team backstage, debating pulling him, but DeVito stayed seated, waving off pleas, to leave. I'm not running, he said, voice firm, resolve steely. Kimmel paced, ignoring his producer's begs, to apologize, muttering, he won't make me the bad guy, crew hearing, the tension suffocating. When the show resumed, the audience was on edge, enthusiasm gone, nervous anticipation, in its place, Kimmel, unhinged, leaning forward, eyes locked on DeVito, like prey. Let's cut the crap, Danny, Kimmel said, voice sharp, you act above this, but let's talk real you, what's with the shady business deals, screwing over partners? The bombshell accusation, out of nowhere, made the audience gasp, DeVito's expression hardening. "That's serious, Jimmy," he said, "deliberate, got proof, or just throwing mud?" Kimmel faltered, unprepared for DeVito's directness. "I'm saying what people say," he backpedaled, smirk fading. "You've been around forever, there's gotta be dirt." DeVito leaned forward, gaze piercing. "People say a lot, Jimmy, doesn't make it true. I build my career on trust, not betrayal. Want dirt? Look in your own backyard." The audience roared, some standing, Kimmel's face twisting with rage. "That's cute," he shot back, "lecturing me, with your lovable Danny act. Everyone knows it's a front." DeVito's patience snapped. He stood, small frame commanding the stage. "I've had enough, Jimmy," he said, voice booming. "I came to talk work, not be your punching bag. Want to play dirty, don't cry when it bites you." Kimmel laughed, hollow, confidence cracking. "What? Storming off? Typical, can't handle real talk." DeVito didn't budge. "A conversation's two-way. Jimmy, you're throwing a tantrum, I'm done." He turned to leave, the audience chanting, "Danny, Danny," cheering wildly, Kimmel panicking, shouting, "Yeah, run, that's what you do, when it gets tough." DeVito paused, turning back, eyes blazing. "Think I'm running," he said, voice cutting. "I'm walking away, because I've got better things than feeding your ego. You're not a host, Jimmy, you're a bully who forgot his job." The words hit like a sledgehammer, Kimmel paling, producer rushing on stage, Kimmel shoving past. "You don't talk to me like that," he shouted, voice cracking. "This is my show." DeVito, unfazed, stepped closer. "Then act like it. Stop embarrassing yourself." The audience was on its feet, some cheering, others stunned, director cutting to commercial, capturing Kimmel's stricken face, DeVito's unflinching stare. Backstage, chaos erupted, security appearing, at Kimmel's behest, to escort DeVito out. "You need to come with us," a guard said, DeVito raising a hand. "I'm leaving, on my terms," voice unyielding, guards hesitating, as DeVito's team rallied, ready to back him. The corridor was a war zone, crew parting, some whispering support, shaking heads, at Kimmel's meltdown. Kimmel stormed. After, tie askew, face furious. "Danny, hold up," he called, "you don't just walk out." DeVito didn't break stride, his publicist glaring, signaling no round two. Head of security, caught between Kimmel's orders and bad optics, tried to block DeVito. "Mr. DeVito, wait, Jimmy wants to talk," the guard said, DeVito stopping, turning, presence towering, despite his stature. "Talk's over," he said, steel in his voice, "unless you're stopping me physically, I'm leaving, your call." The guard glanced, at Kimmel hovering, producer shaking his head, then stepped aside, DeVito continuing, to the exit. Kimmel, desperate, pushed forward. "Don't be like this, Danny," he said, forced calm. "It's TV, we got heated, shake hands, move on." DeVito paused, at the exit doors, hand on the handle, turning. "Jimmy, you don't get it," he said, voice piercing. "This isn't heat, it's respect. You disrespected me, your audience, your crew, tonight. That's not TV, that's you failing." Kimmel's facade collapsed, failing. He sputtered, voice rising. "I've done this for decades. You think you can lecture me because you made movies?" DeVito didn't flinch. "I can call out nonsense, Jimmy. You had a chance for a real conversation. You made a circus, that's on you." With that, DeVito pushed through, team following, leaving Kimmel speechless. In the hallway, the weight of his actions crashing down. The fallout was seismic, clips flooding social media, millions of views. Before the show ended, #Kimmel Unraveled, #Team Danny trending globally, fans, insiders, dissecting Kimmel's collapse. Crew leaks exposed, Kimmel's backstage behavior, berating staff, ignoring guest boundaries, tantrums, when challenged, a writer revealing, Kimmel's playbook for breaking guests, failing spectacularly, with DeVito. The network scrambled, announcing a hiatus for Jimmy Kimmel Live, citing scheduling, but insiders said executives were furious, some pushing for Kimmel's suspension. DeVito stayed above it, his team issuing, "Danny appreciates support, is focused on upcoming projects," DeVito saying only, "I said what I needed," before resuming his film's press tour. The clash reshaped Hollywood's view of Kimmel, publicists blacklisting his show, wary of his attacks, ratings plummeting, viewers citing his mean streak. In industry circles, pulling a DeVito became shorthand for standing up to bullies with grace, grit, a testament to DeVito's resolve. Fans saw why they loved him, not just talent, but integrity, in a town rewarding the opposite. Kimmel's half-hearted social media apology, blaming miscommunication, backfired, comments flooded with praise for DeVito's class, calls for Kimmel's accountability, his mask off, no PR hiding the cracks in his image. The confrontation laid bare a truth Hollywood whispered for years beneath Kimmel's affable host was a man craving control, crumbling when challenged. DeVito's walk-off, a lesson in dignity, exposing a host's betrayal, cementing a legend's legacy. What do you think of this wild clash between Danny DeVito and Jimmy Kimmel? Was Kimmel out of line, or did DeVito push too hard? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe for more unfiltered Hollywood stories. Hit that notification bell. We'll catch you in the next one.